Hillary Clinton is headed back to California, and when she arrives, she'll find a contest that is suddenly tightening. Just out this morning, the field poll shows Hillary Clinton up by 2%, 45 to 43. The latest NBC News Wall Street Journal Marist poll shows Clinton up 2 as well, 49 to 47. If you expand the question to potential Democratic primary voters, Bernie Sanders leads by 1 point, and Clinton's early return to the West Coast was not lost on the senator from Vermont.
I just suddenly saw Hillary Clinton racing to California, Bill Clinton racing to California. Maybe they think this campaign is not quite over. And I believe we've got a real shot to come out of that convention with the Democratic nomination. And if we do come out with the nomination, Donald Trump is toast. We are not going to lower Social Security benefits. We are going to expand Social Security benefits. And by the way, I'm delighted that today President Obama came on board the effort to make it clear that we must expand Social Security benefits, and I thank the President for coming on board. And I've got some very specific legislation in that regard, and Secretary Clinton, please come on board. Tell the seniors and the disabled vets you're on their side.
So, Joe, first of all, these polls that show this tightening, is it one of those things that washes away primary night? Or
no, you know, what's interesting, Mika, is we saw a poll a couple of days ago that suggested this race was over. It was out of Stanford, had a 13-point lead for Hillary Clinton, and that really made a lot of sense because Bernie Sanders has never won a state in this entire process when the state was more demographically diverse than the rest of the country. And Hillary hasn't won a state where a state was less demographically diverse than the rest of the country. So California should be an easy win for Hillary. The NBC poll yesterday, the field poll today suggests this is a tight race. It's going down to the very end. And it's going to be extraordinarily important, if not in the delegate count, in the public relations game. A Bernie Sanders win in California is a political earthquake. It's that simple.
Joining us from San Diego, NBC News Chief Foreign Affairs Correspondent and host of Andrea Mitchell Reports, Andrea Mitchell. Well, I guess how long ago did you realize that you were going to San Diego? Because apparently this trip out west was last minute.
It was very last minute. Within the last 48 hours, they realized they've got a problem. Their polling, I was talking to them the day before yesterday, Mika, and theirs was also in single digits, their internal polls, I am told. And that's when they realized that they've got New Jersey locked, and they had to cancel New Jersey events today. Bill Clinton coming later in the day, and also Hillary Clinton spending 5 days here. Look, Bernie Sanders has done well when he plants himself in a state and digs in and stays there. And, you know, she's come back when she went to Kentucky. That's how she pulled that one out. She needs to be in California if she's going to have any chance of surpassing him here. This state, even though, as you and Joe are pointing out, it's a more diverse state, it's also far more liberal, far more progressive, and in many ways, it is more tailor-made for him because there is a procedure under which independents can ask for ballots and vote in the Democratic. So it's a partially open race, which is something that he has wanted. So she's got to put this to rest. As Joe's just said, this is an earthquake. Yeah. There is no way to try to heal things between now and the convention, between June 7th and the convention. Even if, as we all expect, she goes over the top on June 7th with New Jersey before the polls are even closed. No chance that that's going to happen. If he wins this, this will be a huge momentum. So first, though, she's coming here to deliver this really tough attack against Donald Trump's foreign policy.
It's Willie, it would be an earthquake in terms of perception. There's no question about it. But in terms of the math, it's proportional representation. There's a chance that Hillary Clinton could have clinched the nomination before the polls even close in California if she wins New Jersey the way people think. So that's the math. Those are the facts of the situation. So what is the case the Sanders campaign will make there?
Their case is not internally coherent in that they're arguing that superdelegates don't matter, that the system is rigged, they want to change this at the convention, but they are relying on persuading superdelegates. And they will say, look, we won the biggest state if they win California. So even though, because it's proportional, she got almost as many delegates and she's over the top, we still, you know, have a chance with those superdelegates. The fact is that she could clinch it very easily with the pledged delegates, without even relying on the superdelegates, getting the majority of the pledged delegates. And then how do they make that argument? Still, if he wins California, I can guarantee you he is fighting. I interviewed Jane yesterday, and what he is saying, he will not back down until the convention itself. And it will give him much more leverage as he fights in the Rules Committee and the Platform Committee. Just yesterday, Jeff Weaver was on with Hardball, with Chris Matthews, at the same time with Barney Frank, and arguing that Barney Frank should be removed as head of the Rules Committee because he has been such a passionate surrogate for Hillary Clinton. So they're slugging it out bit by bit. This speech today is going to be really tough against Donald Trump. And you were pointing out in the previous hour, you were talking about, you know, the way she does not attack Trump as coherently and as effectively as Barack Obama, surely. This is going to be a big test today, this speech.
I think we got a little bit of a taste of it last night. She was tough. She's getting tougher. Andrea Mitchell, thank you very much. And still